here.
Do you stand by this?
Yes. Yeah. I'm part of this march. So we've been asked to go to the very front of the march because they're going to have the clergy leading the march today. So with myself.
What is the objective?
Why we're here? I guess it's because Christianity hasn't forgotten the working class, whereas we find that Christianity in the mainstream church is not interested in this. And there's something really significant going on in our nation right now, and Christianity is really key to that. And it's about defending our heritage, defending our culture, and defending our faith as well. So that's one of the reasons why we're out here. And also to have a nice day and tell people about Jesus.
Thank you for that. And do you think the migration is a problem? Is a big problem?
Migration isn't a problem. It's illegal migration is the issue. So no one has a problem with people come into our country to help our country grow and be a better place. What we do have a problem is uncontrolled, open borders. We don't know who we're letting into our borders, and also with that comes all kinds of problems, cultural flux. If we're constantly being told in this nation, you're not allowed to wave your flags, you're not allowed to say you're proud of your nation. So what that does, it creates a vacuum, and where there's a vacuum, someone else will fill it. And so if people that come into our nation that have a stronger culture, well, then obviously that's what's going to take up the vacuum. So we're seeing all sorts of things that are going on in our nation right now, and because we're not dealing with it in an organised and systematic way, this is why it's all come to boiling point and we've got these problems.
How much do you think the government is responsible for that?
I think.
Sorry, I don't mean to be rude. The government is responsible for every single bit of it.
Yeah. I think the government is pretty much responsible for a lot of this. Progressive ideologies, progressive ideas of constant migration, constant open border policy, and we know that things like the Green Party, they want to take it an even step further. The Green Party
dress up as dogs and walk around like camels.
Yeah, they want to take it a step further in that they don't want any borders at all, except for Palestine. They don't want any borders at all, so anyone could come in. It's like, well, we might as well just do away with passport control. We might as well just do away with national security. So politically, where we're heading to, I think, is existentially dangerous for this nation.
Yeah.
And what kind of decision do you think the government should make to protect this country?
No, they shouldn't be making no decision. What they should be doing is getting out of Parliament and walking off, yeah? They've done enough. What you need is Rupert Lowe in. That's what we need. We don't need Nigel Farage because he's all for himself and his own little bullet hole, the little pisshead. We want Rupert Lowe.
What do you think?
Yes, I think basically what's going on in our nation, especially where we saw the Labour Party being wiped out in the local councils, is basically people saying, we've had enough of you, we've had enough of your ideologies, we've had enough of your politics, and we need to protect what's left of Britain before it goes, basically.
What kind of decision do you think particularly the government should make in order to protect the country?
Yeah, well, I mean, that's a really good question. I personally, I don't have the answer to say, let's put some warships out there. I don't know what the answer is, but I think they should make it really hard to allow people to come into this country. And if people are coming over illegally, then there should be some legal structure where they can immediately send them back. There has to be better impositions on France, that if we're paying you $500 million a year to not let them over, and they're coming through and you're doing nothing about it, we're going to fine you for it. There must be some machinations that they can use of government and politics to stop this, and also make it really unattractive to come to this nation.
Something around what Trump is doing right now, something close to it, right?
Well, yeah, I mean, he's doing what sort of ICE you're talking about. Yeah,
the wall.
I think there is a question that we do need to protect our borders. Obviously, not build a wall, but I do think we need to protect our borders, because otherwise, if we don't protect our borders, we no longer have national sovereignty. Therefore, we're not a sovereign state anymore. And then what are we? And then what are we saying yes to coming into our country? And then who's going to prop up the benefit system? There'll be less and less people that are working, more and more people on benefits, and it will just economically cripple our country. And we're already heading that way now. We already have more going out in benefits than we have coming in income tax from people at work.
If it wasn't because of those migrants, there would be a lot more and better situation here for British people, right?
See, so this is a little bit nuanced. It's because the problem isn't just about migrants. It's actually quite nuanced. There's lots of things, but the immigration situation is one of the major things that I think people are getting upset about. That the population over the last 25 years has grown by 10 million, and we know that a lot of that's through immigration.
Sounds like the country is losing the identity.
Yes, and that's the key.
Losing the identity. We've already lost the identity. It is finished. Have you seen how many boats are coming over? I wouldn't be asked if there was all women and kids, yeah? You can't say anything, they are running off. But when you've got middle-aged fighting men all coming over, who are doing rapes and naughty things over there when they're coming to our country unvetted or anything. Are you mad, mate? And they're roaming around our parks where all our kids are. Evil little animals. They all need. And our army, yeah, our granddads have fighted all this time, yeah, and there's not even been a bullet fucking fired and they took over our country. So what was we fucking protected in the World Wars? Nothing. They're all here for free now for our money. And that's Keir Starmer's letting them all in.
Yeah. So we do have a problem with what I'd call economic migrants, where people are coming in here illegally to basically come for a better life. And some might say, well, what's wrong with that? What's wrong with that is if they want to come here for a better life, they have to go through the normal immigration process just like everyone else does. Now, we got some people at our church that are from Pakistan, and they are finding it really hard. They've done through everything correct and legally, and they're finding it really hard to live in this country because the government is making it hard on them whilst they're letting people come in for free. So they're really angry about it. It's like, why do they get to come in for free? Why do they get all the privileges and we're really struggling to be here? So again, the government says, oh, we're being fair, but they're not being fair. They're not being fair on actual migrants. They're not being fair on the people of this country. And also, they're not being fair on the people that are coming here, because what they're coming into is a big storm at this hour where I think things are politically going to come off the rail very soon.
Do you think the problem, what percentage of the problem do you think is going to get solved if we get rid of Starmer?
I think if we can, my personal thoughts are from a political point of view. Obviously, I'm a praying man, so God is the answer. But from a political point of view, I think we need to move away from left-wing politics. So when I'm talking old school left-wing, I'm talking like old school liberal. I'm talking this radical, radical progressive politics, which just is destroying our nation politically. It's destroying our identity. It's destroying our identity culturally, and we need to move away from that. So I suspect the next guy that's going to be in power will be Nigel Farage, because he has the numbers on the ground. But even then, after that, I'll be trying to vote in some people that will be trying to move the needle a bit further the other way as well, to make sure that we turn the tide or turn the ship slowly. But it's not just about turning it for us, it's about turning it for my children and my children's children, that they grow up in a world that's safe and politically prosperous.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
That's all right.